friends. It's me, Teacher Emily, and
Isabel.
we know it can be really difficult right now to not see your friends and not be able to come to school. And we really miss you, don't we, Isabel? Yeah. So we've come together to come up with a short video. Hopefully we will see you in 2 weeks, not next week, but the week after that, when we come back from spring break. But if not, don't worry. We have got plans to make sure that we can all see each other virtually online. Now, do we use a lot of screens in our house usually, Isabel?
No.
No. But at this time, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? And we have to do things that we don't normally do, like stay in our house and not go to the park.
And not go to the beach.
And not go to the
I
beach.
really wanted to go to the beach.
I know you did. You were really sad.
Because we got a new swimsuit.
Yes, you did. And it's not a vacation to be at home right now because we don't get to go places, do we, Isabel?
No. But if you want to go somewhere, you can go hiking or to a lake.
That's true, we have done that. And so there are lots of things you can do. And Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, moving forward, if we can't see each other in the short term, we want to give you some adventures and some other things that as families you can do together and with us. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can check in and let us know what you've done and post on our Facebook family page. So the first thing we'd like to do is continue with what we were learning in our classroom. The last time you were here, last Friday, we were talking about, do you remember?
Plants.
Plants and what else?
And insects.
Insects and what else? What was our other third theme that we were working on? It's in the hallway.
Space.
Space. So today we're going to focus on what is
Like some astronauts think that they can grow plants on Mars.
Oh, you're tying the two together. I like how you're doing that. Okay. So we're going to focus on the plants to start with. And today we're going to talk about the life cycle of a plant and how plants can help us figure out how much time is going to pass until we see each other again. So plants start as
The seed.
yeah, and the seed comes from the adult plant, doesn't it? So which came first, the seed or the plant?
We don't know.
We don't know. Then what happens?
Then it starts to sprout.
It's called a sproutling, a sprout, and then, or a germination.
A germination.
Uh-oh. Then comes the
Sproutling.
sproutling.
But you can see there's one little leaf sticking out.
Yeah, it's sprouting.
And then it's the plant,
Then
which
it's the
has
adult
way
plant.
more roots than all of these.
Way more roots. And what do the roots do? Do you remember?
Well, they hold down on the plant.
They
so
keep the
plants
plant
go
in place so they don't go anywhere.
flying.
Sure. What else, Isabel?
They also
Does the plant get anything from the roots? Why would it keep the roots? Maybe plants want to walk around. Do you think it would be fun? Do you think it would be fun if plants walked around everywhere? Do they get something else from the dirt?
Yes, they get. Well, the leaves they get sun from.
That's true. They do a process of
But these
photosynthesis.
little roots, they get water and food from, so
From the
that
soil.
they won't die.
That's right. They get nitrogen and other things like phosphorus from the soil to help them grow their stems and their leaves, which in turn the leaves absorb the light and through photosynthesis make chlorophyll, which helps the plant, and then the plant can make fruits and other things. So all the things we eat come from plants. Everyone
And
in
the
life
oxygen comes from plants.
Yeah, and they clean the air of carbon dioxide. So you might have seen this work on the shelf. Did you see this work on the shelf?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it had the life cycle of a plant in cards. And we had a little life cycle game. You might remember that. Right? What comes first, second, third, and fourth? Our ordinal numbers. First, second, third.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
That's why they put the little cards so you can
Figure out the mystery. Let's talk about what we have today.
So, what we have today are some zinnias.
Mm-hmm. So we have started to plant some zinnias in here, and this is you might have seen this on the shelf too. A couple of you were asking about it before we left. Why was it empty? It's because we didn't have any dirt yet, but now we have the dirt. In here are the seeds, and Isabel is going to water them every day until we see you again. And zinnias start to sprout and germinate in 7 days. So if we look at our golden beads, we know in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we see you in 7, we will have some zinnia sprouting. And zinnia, Isabel, starts with what sound?
Z.
Zzz. Zzz. Zinnia.
Which
And
you
this
might
is-
see in some books.
Yes, you might be seeing these types of letters. We usually use our cursive letters in our sandpaper letters, but these are easier to see, I think, over the internet because of the color. And also, you're probably reading a lot of books at home, so you're used to seeing print right now. So Z for zinnia, and that's what they're going to look like. Lots of colors. Did you water those?
Yes.
Great, you got to water them.
One drop.
Just
Okay.
a drop, okay?
Yep.
Let's put that back on the tray, and when our friends get back, hopefully they'll be able to see them. There's a magnifier on there, and we're gonna have a little watering can. Great.
I think I see some roots growing.
You see some roots already?
I can't tell.
Let's put the
I
watering
just see
can on
little
there.
lines.
And we'll put that back on the shelf later. What else are we gonna be growing?
We're also going to be growing pumpkins, which take 110 days.
And they start with the sound,
Pup.
like popcorn. What other words start with p? Let's let our friends have a chance. Come up with some other words that start with
Pup. And you can email them to us.
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah, we're not going to email everything, but we can definitely put on Facebook some of the other things that you come up with, the answers to our questions. We'd love to hear from you. So these will start to be harvested in 110 days. And let's think how many tens those are. 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens, 6 tens, 7 tens, 8 tens, 9 tens, 10 tens. Stop. What do we do with 10 tens?
We exchange them for 100.
100. 100, but we said 110 days, so we need one more 10. So if we don't get to see you for a very long time, 110 days, we will have what then, Isabel?
Pumpkins.
Pumpkins. So hopefully we don't have pumpkins by the time you get to see us again. Now,
I just be really long.
do pumpkins take longer amount of time or a shorter amount of time than zinnia?
A very long amount. Longer.
Much longer.
Much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Because the seeds need lots of time to turn into these giant
I'm
pumpkins.
sure they do.
But if you see a small medium pumpkin, that lets you know that they're going to grow into these giant.
And what color are they first? Do you remember last year we did with baby Ursula's little life cycle of pumpkins in the fall. Do you remember they start as what?
Little green.
Little green pumpkins, yeah.
And then they keep
And there's
growing.
a great poem about that called Nature's First Green is Gold, right?
I've never read that.
Oh, we'll read that poem later. Maybe next video we'll read that poem. We'll start with that. The next thing that we're going to be growing are
Squash.
which starts with which sound? Now remember, when you make that sound, it's very important. Put your tongue behind your teeth. Hide it like a snake. Nobody wants to see it. And we say, can you do that with me, Isabel? Show everyone. Snake or squash. And squash takes how long? Do you remember? 50 days. Let's count them together. 1 10. I'll give it to you to hold. 2 tens. 3 tens. 4 tens. 5 tens. So let's see. So far we have our zinnia at 7. Right. And
we have squash.
Our pumpkins at 110. And our squash at 5 tens or 50, which is the longest amount of time, which has the most beads. Mm-hmm. And which one has the least beads? Zinnia. And which one's right in between? Squash with 5 tens. Okay.
But now we want to show you some delicious eggplants.
Eggplants. An eggplant starts with what sound? It's a vowel sound.
Eh.
Eh. And it would be on which type of sandpaper letter? Blue or pink?
Blue.
Blue. That's right. So our blue sandpaper letters are always our vowels. A,
How is that?
I, and So when we get our sandpaper letters out of our drawer, those are color coded for us. These are not Montessori sandpaper letters.
They're not. They're just something that can
And eggplants take how many days to germinate? 70. And let's count that. Are you ready? 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens, 6 tens, 7 tens. 77 tens.
So many tens.
There are so many tens. And are 7 tens more than 5 tens? What do you think? Yeah, there's definitely more tens than 7 tens than 5
But now
tens.
we want to show you
The last thing we're going to be growing, which
these
are
tomatoes.
Uh-oh.
But unfortunately, they're not
Snow Whites.
Snow Whites because the nursery is closed.
It is, but we'll get Snow Whites later. Tomatoes start with what sound?
Tut. And also the seeds are very small.
Let's make sure that we're telling our friends that the is not a sound. That's a
Tomato.
tomato.
But the tomato seeds are very small.
These also harvest in 70 days. So if we don't get to see you for 70 days, we'll have tomatoes and eggplants and squash and zinnia, but we won't have what?
pumpkins because those take 110 days, which is so long.
That's true. It's true. And if we get to see you in 50 days, what will we have? Squash and
Zinnia.
but not what?
Eggplant
Eggplants,
and
tomatoes, or
zinnias.
pumpkins, because that takes a longer amount of time. So we would like to start planting those with you.
Pumpkins will be done like in October.
Yeah, that's why we harvest them in October. You have to plant them now. That's right. Everything has a different
You have
harvest
to
time.
plant them in October so you can get them ready for Halloween.
You have to plant them now to get them in October. Okay. So we went to Fred Meyer yesterday to get some groceries and to buy more toilet paper in case school does open. We need to be able to keep ourselves clean. And we picked up some supplies for planting. Would you like to show everyone what we picked up? What was the first thing we picked up?
First thing ever that we want to pick up were these.
Compostable Jiffy Cups. Now, if you don't have access to
They come in
compostable,
2 packs.
they do. If you don't have access, yeah, and they're divided, aren't they? The equal amount on each side. One column.
They're
and 2
25.
columns. Are they? Let's see.
They're all
1,
25
2,
together.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 taken 2 times.
This is 25.
26.
26.
Let's check. Should we prove it? Let's see. That was 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Remember, in math, we can always proof it, right? Proof. P-R-O-O-F. Proof. Proof it. Okay.
What do you just,
And prove that you're right.
you can just put them on.
Well, I want to break them up so that you can, they're a little tight. And what else do we have? So if you didn't have this at home, what could you use? You came up with some great out-of-the-box
You could
ideas.
use a can.
A can. That's clean, right?
Yeah, very clean can.
And you've eaten what's inside of
You're
it.
gonna have to wash it out.
Wash it out,
To
sure.
get all the like if you have a bean can, you can just wash it out. If you have dried up beans, you can use those as seeds.
You can use dried up beans as seeds, absolutely. Anything that came from a plant, as long as it's not a termination crop, we should be able to sprout and seed. Some companies have made it so that our seeds don't regerminate again, but most fruits and veggies, veggies like celery, you can take the stalk, the bottom of the stalk, and put it in water and watch it regrow. It's pretty cool. We've done that before, haven't we? Regrown celery goes from the top. What else do we have to put these in? Do you remember? It's big, it's black, it's long, it's longer than it is taller.
This
It's
is
a great
what
time to be
we're
using our comparative and superlative and positive language right now. So
I get it with
long,
the
short, longer, taller, longest, tallest. So if you didn't have a tray, what did you say you could use to keep your table clean?
You
had
could
some
use
videos.
an underlay.
An underlay. Not everyone has underlays in their home. Not everyone
You
has a
could use a
school home.
newspaper. There's a bunch of them in like these little boxes that says free, and you pull them out and just get them to do this.
Sure you could if you get newspapers. What else? Anything else? Old what? Maybe old shirts, tarps. Lots of things we could use.
Tarps even.
Well, some people have tarps laying around. All right, let's put these out. And what did we say we would like to do for our friends? So if you leave us a message that you do not have access to seeds right now, you don't have any dried beans in your house,
We will let you.
we will get some seeds together from our own seed packet and
We will leave them out either in the free little library
or on the porch for you with your name on it. So let us know.
It says reserved.
Send Teacher Chris and I a message on our
We're
Facebook
one short.
family group. I'm getting there. And let us know that you would like some seeds to grow at home. We also are going to have so many seeds, we're not going to be able to plant them all in the garden outside to use. So when we see you next, you can collect some of the seeds. That'll be an indicator of the time our friendship was growing strong while we were apart, right? Because we're still friends when we're apart.
You could maybe take them home.
Yeah, definitely take them home and plant them. Look, we can fit more on there.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
can.
even notice that.
So the first thing we want to do is fill these up with some
dirt. Jiffy dirt.
Are you in charge of this? Do you want to just shake it in? What are you doing? Maybe newspaper's a good idea, even still. Can I shake some in?
Oh my god.
So fill them not all, well, you fill them almost all the way up. Uh-oh, there's dirt just getting everywhere.
Uh-oh.
Maybe a scoop might be good.
Yeah.
It's a good time to practice spooning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go get you I'll go get you a scoop. You keep working on this.
Okay. Just gonna half of a kilo in there.
It's not a kilo.
Half of a doom buggy.
There we go. Whoop. Dirt's just flying today, huh?
Yeah. It's like flying dirt.
Going everywhere. Well, this is definitely
Oh, God.
messy fun, huh?
Messy but fun.
Messy but fun, and it's going to help us make some food to eat. So that'll
And
be
to
fun.
provide oxygen.
And provide oxygen. I know, Ruby said we had too many plants in our school, remember? Does it
She
feel like
also
that
wanted to
sometimes?
do this work,
She did.
but it was empty.
So when Ruby comes back, she'll see the work.
Or should I see it right now?
She could see it right now too, but I mean up close in person when we get to see each other again.
I'm just getting dirt off my gloves.
Okay, let's move these over here and find some of the dirt that fell in the tray.
Here's some dirt for
Can you
you.
help me with this? Thank you, Isabel.
Most of the dirt is just getting out.
Most of it is.
I
just
don't know why they put little holes at the end.
Well, what do you think the little holes in the bottom are for, everyone?
The water?
Water, yeah, for drainage. You don't want your plants to get too wet. We talk about this in class a lot, right? Why we can't water plants sometimes on certain days. Because plants can't tell us with words when they're full or when they're completely not thirsty anymore.
You gave them the sign that
I
says,
did give them a little sign that says, I do not want to be watered today. That's why if you have houseplants at home, you should always have a little dish underneath them and you should water them via the dish because the roots will soak up the water. And we talk about that a lot in class, root rot. Just like if you ate too much candy and you got a sick stomach, right? It's basically when our plants get too much water, they get a sick stomach. Or sick
the
roots.
stuff is just draining out.
It is, it's pretty fluffy, huh? It's interesting.
It's like,
I've never seen fluffy
it's
soil
like
like this.
sand.
It is kind of a little loamy, absolutely. All right, let's start with some of our things. We also have
Some of these.
plant markers. And you might remember we had some plant markers in the backyard when we were all planting a week ago. We planted carrots, we planted broccoli, and then we have that mystery one where somebody took the plant stick out and we don't know what it is. But we're gonna find
Lettuce.
out.
No, the broccoli one got taken out, but
Oh,
we
we
still
have
have
taken
the
out
lettuce
this
and carrot.
Okay, well let's start with our first thing. What do you want to start with today?
Pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
I will write it down.
You would like to write pumpkins for me? Okay.
When you hand me the pee.
Pumpkins. How many pumpkins should we make? Pumpkin starts, do you think? How many pumpkin starts would you make? See if everyone agrees to make the same amount we've agreed. What are we making? Pumpkin. How many? Ooh, let's look at these.
I wrote pumpkin too.
Pumpkin too. Here we go. Look at those pumpkin seeds. They're kind of elliptical in shape. They kind of come down.
Pumpkin too, because we're going to be adding 2 seeds, only 2.
2?
Not
How
that
many
much.
do you think we should put in each? Just 1, right? Oh, you only want to make 2 pumpkins total? Will that give us enough pumpkins? The vines make a lot, don't they? Right? It's never just
I'm
1.
going to scribble that.
But I think 2 is a great idea. Pumpkins are interesting because they grow those.
Oh, that won't
vines.
fit.
It won't. How about we put it right here for now?
How about we put like one layer is pumpkins and another layer is
Okay, so like 1 pumpkin there and 1 pumpkin there.
Oh God!
We didn't kill the pumpkins, they're fine. How about 4? Does that sound good? 3?
How about we make this whole row pumpkins?
You want the whole row
And
to be
this
pumpkins.
whole row to
Okay,
be-
4, 5, 6,
We're going to need a lot of
7,
pumpkins.
8. We did 8 pumpkin seeds, and let's sprinkle a little more dirt on top of them.
This is actually kind of soft. I'm just going to try and cover this over again.
All right. So these will have 110 days to grow. 110 days to grow these pumpkins. What kind of things do you think you could get done in 110 days, Isabel?
Maybe go sledding if there's snow anywhere.
Yeah, go sledding. What else? Do you think there's things you could learn in 110 days?
No,
No.
I don't think.
You don't think so? Are you going to water these?
Yeah, okay, where's the...
Those are our pumpkins. Here you go. Here you go. How about tomatoes? Should we do some tomatoes next?
Yeah, we could do eggplants though.
And let's see, how many syllables are in the word tomatoes? Tomatoes.
3.
3. Did
Okay,
you
I got
count
dirt
and
in my
clap
eyes.
3 too?
I
Tomatoes.
got dirt in my
You
eye.
did. Let's listen to all the sounds in there too. Can you help me with that?
Mm.
O, A, O. Tomato. How many sounds do you hear?
6.
I hear 6. If we add the s at the end, we hear 7. Tomatoes.
But if it's just tomato,
We only hear the 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the s makes it plural. More than 1 tomato, we have tomatoes. Don't we?
but if you only have 1 tomato, it's called
Tomato. Okay. Oh, now these seeds are really, really small. Those other ones were quite large.
Oh my god, I get it!
You can't even see these, and these are like the seeds that come inside a cherry tomato. So one of the adventures and explorations we are going to suggest that you can do is, why don't you water the dirt first? When you're at home and you're eating these wonderful fruits and veggies, cut them open and look at the pattern of seeds, right? Seed distribution in most fruits, like tomatoes and apples, have a pattern. Beautiful, thank you. I think you might be missing an E in there, but that's okay. They make a star shape, and you can find the seeds yourself, and you can take those seeds and plant them like we've already discussed.
Should we write S right there?
You don't have to if you don't want to. We know that you're going to have more than that, right? 4, 5, 6.
I wrote it up top.
7, 8. All right, let's sprinkle a little more dirt on top there.
Did you already water them?
You put some water in there, yeah. You're supposed to put the water in first, actually. Yeah, you did it. That's okay, you did it. You want to sprinkle some on top? I'm right there. Keep going. Cover up those seeds. Maybe a little more water. All right, let's look. Now we have eggplant. Eggplant. Let's see how many syllables in eggplant. Let's guess. Eggplant. Eggplant. How many syllables is that? 2. 2 syllables. Did you hear those 2 syllables? Eggplant. Now let's listen to the sounds in eggplant. G, p, l, a, n, t. Eggplant. How many sounds did you hear, Iz? Were you not listening? You're focused.
No.
7. 7 sounds in eggplant. Isabel's writing out eggplant for us right now. So when you come back, you can find the eggplant. Thank you, Isabel.
And the pumpkin and the tomato.
Mm-hmm.
Should I write how long to take?
You know what? That's something you could do too if you'd like. You don't have to.
110 pages on that.
We have the packets, so we'll know. But if you'd like to have another reminder, absolutely. I think that's a great idea.
50.
Well, why don't you look on the back? It tells us on the back. I didn't just make that up. It's on the back of the packets.
So 10 to 21.
Isabel and I are going to continue planting all of our wonderful plants, and we'd like to invite you to plant some things in your own garden or start some seeds in your home. And if you need access to some seeds, let us know. We'll try to get you some. And we would like to invite you to explore the foods you're eating currently and the seeds that are inside
Like if you have an eggplant that's already grown, you might want to crack it open.
Crack it, yeah, cut it open, definitely. What are some other things we can do with the fruits and veggies we eat? What do you think? Do you remember doing potato art?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're looking for something to do at home, you can take a potato and cut it in half, especially one that you're not going to eat. Maybe it's got a lot of eyes on it. We have a couple of those potatoes, don't we? Cut it in half and take a cookie cutter, a small one, stick it into the potato, and then cut around the potato into the cookie cutter, pull the cookie cutter away, and what you'll be left with is a relief of the shape of the cookie cutter, and you can use that with any type of paint or food coloring and stamp it on paper. Do you remember when we did that at Veg Fest? We did potato stamps? That was
You're
fun.
going to need like something to hold it on so you don't get your...
You can hold the back of the potato, remember? Like this. So you can make potato stamps. You can also take other vegetables and fruits and stamp them.
Like tomatoes?
Tomatoes, sure, you can cut a tomato and stamp it. You can see the different patterns that the inside of a tomato or fruit or vegetable makes. Absolutely, definitely. That's a lot of fun.
So
what else can you do though? What else can you make with fruits and veggies? You know a lot of things.
You could make a carrot into a paintbrush, maybe.
Oh, I don't mean going on. I mean, like, what are some foods that we do here? What is some food preparation stuff that we do here that people can be doing at home? That the kids here do? What's a big thing we make to drink? Baking, definitely. But that doesn't involve a lot of fruits and veggies unless we're making blueberry muffins. But what are some things we do? What do you know that your friends in our school can do at home that you've seen them do here? What are some things they do? They slice what? Slice bananas. So that's an easy one. If you're not sure that you have things that are, yes, well, let's if you're not sure that you have the right kind of tools, everyone in their home has a butter knife, and bananas are really easy to slice. So just provide your child
slimy-ish or something.
Just provide bananas are?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Just provide your child with a cutting board and a butter knife. They already know how to make a little incision into the top of the banana and peel that banana back and make slices. And if you want to make it fancy, we show them how to use tongs to place those on a plate and then place toothpicks in them to go around and serve.
That's what I did.
Yeah, that's what you did. We don't have a lot of friends over right now because of social distancing and physical distancing to use toothpicks, so maybe just slicing would be fun and adding them to things. What else do we slice here in the classroom?
Apples.
Apples, absolutely. And apples can be difficult to slice. The handheld slicers that you push down are actually quite difficult, the fine motor skills.
Because like the apple has a hard...
It is, I agree. It's too hard, it's too dense to slice through. So what do we usually do? We cut it in half, put it face down on your cutting board, and provide your child with either a wavy chopper or a knife. Remember, sharper knives are actually safer to use. And we teach proper slicing technique where the hand is held on the handle and the top of the hand is held like its own little knife, and we press down.
It looks like a pancake. Like the hand looks like a pancake.
Yeah, pancake hand. That's a great way to describe it, pancake hand. What else do? Do we make drinks here? Do we take a fruit? Do we take a certain citrus fruit and make drinks here?
Lemonade.
Lemon juicing. And our lemonade is simply water with lemon juice added to it. It's pure lemon juice. So you can half a lemon.
We're going to actually make lemonade.
And with sugar. We don't use sugar here. But you can take a lemon and leave it out of the refrigerator for about an hour. That makes it softer and easier and more malleable for children to squeeze. And if you don't have a juicer, a reamer, we use a reamer here, you can use a spoon and stick a spoon into, make a little incision like an X into the center of the segments, and a child can use the spoon and twist it around. You're gonna want a bowl to collect that.
I was gonna think that you're gonna say that you're gonna put an X in it and then you're gonna squeeze it out. I think.
Well, you can squeeze it with your hand too. That also builds up the extensor pulsus and brevis muscles in the arm and will help build up all of that strength needed for handwriting. So you're absolutely right. You could just squeeze it with your hand. That's a little messy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
What other things do we do? You think of anything else that we do? Orange slicing, orange peeling is great. All of the children in our program are capable of peeling their own oranges. Some skins are not as slippy. They don't have as much air between the skin and the fruit, so you might have to start with a small incision. But every child in our program does peel their own clementines and mandarins. Yeah, absolutely. Anything else you can think of that we do food prep wise? I know we've been away for about a week. Coffee grinding might not be accessible to everyone, but if you do have a handheld coffee grinder, the children love that.
Just trying to think of what we do.
If you have a mortar and pestle available, or even if you don't have a mortar and pestle available, if you have some herbs in the garden, or you're welcome to come and collect some here and bring some scissors, or we can get some for you. Lavender and rosemary are great. Hang them upside down. You can dry them for a couple days, and you can take a spoon to crush them and make your own sachets, right? So we have those tea bag ones.
Yeah.
And if that's something your child's wanting to do at home, again, let us know. We can put together a little care package for you of some dried herbs we've been drying from the garden, and some of our tea bag or sachets that they can crush and then put the herbs in there crushed, and then have little things to put under their pillows at night to help keep them calm.
You could make a little card that says "See you soon."
See you soon. Yeah, we could definitely make a little
With a little smiley face.
See you soon. So this is going to be what we're doing Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, when we do our check-ins, we're going to be doing peacemakers, reading a story, or singing a song. And Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays will also probably involve some
like
sort of
some of them
story.
are going to be learning about insects.
We're going to be learning about insects. We're going to be doing all kinds of things. And we'll be giving some tips for the moms and dads and caregivers at home too, so that you can keep Montessori learning going in your home. Remember, the most important part of Montessori learning is that we're child-led, self-directed, so we're following the natural desires of the child, what they're interested in. So if your child is interested in making music, take out some pots and pans. If your child is interested,
and just take out a spoon and start banging
on a pot and pan, absolutely turn on the radio. That's learning. Using hand-eye coordination to hit pot and pan is learning. What else are some things that you think, maybe that when you were a child we did together, when you weren't in school but you were with me?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? We did a lot of things. Exploring in the backyard, just getting outside. You spend a lot of time outside? Yeah, you do. And do you explore things?
Yeah, sometimes we look at the worms to see if they have little egg stashes, because boys and girls can have these little egg things.
Yeah.
Where they keep the babies.
Oh, maybe worms will be what we learn about next.
But not some of the worms have that. Only like some of them.
Interesting. So there's a lot of learning to be had. It doesn't all have to be scheduled. So we're not advising any families that this is something you have to do or that you even have to schedule. Isabel, Erwan, and Ursulyn, and our older son Alex for a while, were all homeschooled. And we really believe that homeschooling is a choice that families make. It's not a situation that you're forced into. So please don't see this time as something that you need to be forcing on anyone. Learning is part of a continuum, and learning that is just natural and harmonious with the child's rhythms is the best type of learning. So we will see you all soon, hopefully. Until then, bye.